Welcome, welcome, welcome to another Philly by Night stream. Tonight is the Neonate Coterie, or as they have come to call themselves, the Rogues Gallery. It is another wonderful night in the city of brotherly love. The current in character date is July 16th, 2024. As the sun sets across the horizon and sinks behind the towering skyscrapers of Philadelphia, as night takes hold and darkness once again reigns, our coterie finds themselves rousing from day sleep. So we're going to take a minute. We're going to go around the table and we're going to see what that looks like. We are going to start with everyone's second favorite Mithraean. I kid. We love Thomas dearly. Thomas, as you rouse from day sleep, what are the thoughts on your mind, knowing what you believe the night holds for you?
Well, Thomas is thinking that they'd better make sure they get this, a good contact with the KNA so they can really get this going.
Okay. Is there anything special you do after you rouse from your day sleep?
Not particularly.
Okay.
They're ready to go.
As you prepare for your evening, there is that little call in the back of your head, as if your altar is crying out from neglect. Dust has settled on its surface. The sun medallion hangs from its familiar peg above it. Would you like to do evening prayers?
That's me.
Yes.
Yes. Thomas is gonna take a moment to honor his faith.
As you do, you feel a weight, a pressure. Something is askew. And it is as though Mithras has reached out and touched your very heart. While you are not a man of great faith, you are a man of faith. And as you finish up your evening prayers, you feel a warmth, but a warmth that is calling you, stirring you to some sort of action. With that, we will move over to our next individual, Miss Diadamo. As you rise from day sleep, the hunger claws at the back of your throat. Your beast screams back of your mind, satisfaction. And tell me, Miss Diadamo, what form does your beast take in your mind?
A darker version of herself, closer to her mother's heritage than her father's, if that makes sense.
Sitting at the edge of the bed is a vision of your friend from the Lehigh Valley, smiling, but cloaked in shadow. She asks you once more if you'll come home to the garden.
Catherine just outright ignores her.
Very well. Go ahead and roll me a composure and resolve, please.
Composure resolve. Not bad, actually. Municipal 6. Hunger 3.
Okay. You do a fairly good job of ignoring this apparition of the beast at the end of your bed. And you prepare for the evening. Next, we will move on to Oscar. Oscar, did you stay at your haven, Liam's haven, or have you stayed elsewhere?
I don't know. I think he would probably have been at his haven for the previous evening.
Okay.
Just because he
So
knew he
as
had,
you-
had stuff to do.
As you rouse from day sleep in your haven, you exit your room, and you see, once again, Andres is nowhere to be seen.
No note or anything stuck to the refrigerator that we don't use.
Nope.
Okay, cool.
It seems as though this man has just kind of wandered off.
Just went on a walk, huh?
A very enthusiastic walk.
Duly noted. It's just like
But yeah, anything special you'd like to do as you prepare?
he's grabbing his shillelagh and his Easter lily pin. And he's going to get himself dressed and like slick back his hair and is going to grab
So
his
formal
keys.
preparations for the night.
Yes, normal stuff.
Okay.
He'll do the sign of the cross before he leaves and then grab his keys so he can go pick up his other set of keys.
Are you we're just going to say that you already have those keys.
Okay, got it. Never mind then.
So are you texting the coterie to let them know to meet up with you at the bar?
Yes, I will do that post haste.
Excellent. That brings us to our next member of the coterie, Mr. Moriarty. Hi, buddy.
Hi.
You are able to rouse yourself from day sleep. The beast is loud, but manageable. You get yourself ready. You go for a quick hunt. Things go off fairly well. There doesn't seem to be any issue at all. You get back to your haven. You're able to heal that gunshot wound in your shoulder. And good news, it doesn't raise your hunger at all. Is there any special preparations you'd like to do for tonight?
After he makes his he's already made his preparations in terms of like equipment and everything, he's just gonna quickly go to a bedside table where he keeps a black candle, and he's just gonna light it with his lighter, and he's just gonna look into it briefly, and all he says is, "Soon, Evelyn. Soon." And then he's just gonna blow it out and leave.
And lastly, but certainly not leastly, Dr. Boone Ripley, my man, my wonderful paranoid bean. How are we doing this evening?
Boone has not been out of his haven in like, let's say like a week. When he rises, he is just shit faced on the desk, blood, just kind of like dry blood on his face. You know when you sleep like real bad, that one eye's kind of shut.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he like wakes up and he just
So
shit.
we've taken a little bit of an extended nap. As we get ourselves cleaned up, the beast is making itself known, but it is not overwhelming. You can still manage it fairly well. Are there any, aside from the normal getting ready and like getting dressed, all of that, is there any special preparations that Boone would like to make for the evening?
Mostly grabbing like all of the research things that he can grab that won't break if something happens, if he falls or something. So he'll be carrying like a little bag with him today, to help the investigation and stuff like that from what he read from the messages.
Okay.
And specifically getting the blood gunk out of his eyeball.
Always
And-
important.
And wearing regular street clothes, nothing too fancy.
Good. So as you are all finishing up your preparations, you would all receive a text from Oscar. It contains a name and an address. I just want to double check to make sure that I am not. Good. So you are told, everyone is told to meet at the Raven's Rest, which is a new pub that has opened up near the river in South Philly. So let me see here, because I have, believe it or not, I have a map. So it is located in the Pensport region of the Pensport neighborhood of the city. So as you all make your way down to the Raven's Rest, you find sitting before you what looks like a very standard Irish pub. The renovations took a little while, but everything is on the up and up. We're doing really well for ourselves now. There are a few small apartments above the Raven's Rest, but it is mostly done in the style of the same kind of pub that you would find over in Ireland, with the exposed beams and all the charm and ambiance that goes with it. As you enter the bar, there is an LED mock fireplace that gives the place a bit of cozy warmth, but a cozy warmth that belies the activity that goes on inside. The four of you would see Oscar sitting at the bar, seemingly waiting for you all to arrive. And as you all make your way inside, I will turn the scene over to the five of you.
Oscar will greet the four of them and go, "Welcome to my humble abode," as it were.
Liam just takes off his sunglasses and just goes, "Darling, you have outdone yourself. This is magnificent."
Oh, I'm certainly glad you like it. It'll do good to have this piece on the board, and with this, hopefully, that'll make our endeavors later this evening go a wee bit better.
One can only hope.
Good to see the rest of you as well. Everyone's alive and kicking.
Alive as best as we can be, given the circumstances.
Exactly.
There is that.
Alive nonetheless.
Quick question. Do you have like a wet wipe or something like that?
Then like Oscar will go, you know what Oscar's gonna do is gonna reach it, but like go behind the bar and grab one of those ratty bar towels that he knows that have been left behind maybe by one of the things, and is gonna like run it under some water. And it's just like, I got that. And hand it over to Boone.
I think Boone makes like the most stankies and stank faces.
Look at the bar.
And he's just like, I'll just keep
Yeah.
the book in my eye.
This bar rag
Is a bar
smells
No,
something awful.
not at all. Boone would just kind of go, never mind. And then he'll just start using his sleeve and just fucking with his eye again.
If you want, there's a sink there. You can probably just use the water itself and rinse your eye out. What happened?
You want me
your
to
eye? Are
put
you okay?
water? You want me to put water directly into my eye? No, absolutely not. That's not happening.
What the fuck else are you supposed to put in it? You want whiskey?
I don't know. Whiskey in your eye. You know what? I've missed you so much.
Now, there's an idea.
I had a rough night, few nights, a month, neither here nor there, and and he'll just show that he like there's just like blood, just like dried on his eye. He couldn't get it off earlier. He was in a rush. He's like, it's just.
Please rinse the blood off of your eye before you leave here.
I mean, I had an eye patch on. I'm not a idiot.
I never said you were, but
Catherine's going to speak up. Do you have a first aid kit, Oscar? There should be something that can be used to clean.
1 second. And Oscar's gonna walk in the back, like through the double doors of what looks like where the kitchen would be, and you'll hear, where the fuck did they put the there it is. Can't put it out of my reach, fuckers. And reaches up and grabs the first aid kit. Well, it's one of those standard on the in the wall, like on the like little plastic box
Industrial,
ones,
yeah.
Gonna come to the end of the bar and set it there.
And there is an eye wash bottle in there. It's full of sterile saline solution that you could potentially use to wash the blood crust out of your eye.
All right.
Catherine would go to open it up and ask Boone if he would like some help. And she would put on gloves and everything.
Warning, I'm a bit squeamish about it. So if I curse a whole lot, just
nothing I haven't heard in the past.
All right.
And Catherine will go to help him clean out his eye.
Once you know, he fights you the whole time, by the way.
If Oscar needs to, he'll do this and just hold him there like a
lightly slap your hand. Like,
hang on. How hard is Boone fighting?
Not super hard. No, not super hard. He's just like, it's just like she'll like open his eye and he'll flinch and like move.
So it's more like giving a dog a pill than trying to wrestle a belligerent patient.
Basically, yes. Yeah.
Or give a toddler medicine, but that's side's point.
So there's
Catherine will sigh, but she will be patient enough for him to hold still long enough to go.
Okay. Catherine, it takes you pert near the whole bottle. And it's one of those big squeezy bottles. But you get the job done. You get the job done. You're able to flush Boone's eye of the remaining blood crusts. And
thank you. Yeah.
That is a pertinent question from our audience.
They only took the one, technically. No.
Catherine, when Boone thinks, he's like, I've dealt with worse in the past. You're good.
We're gonna ask you about that later. And Oscar will.
About what?
put what constitutes as worse, and we'll close up the first aid kit and make a note on like one of those inventory papers to replenish that particular bit, and then walk it back to his office, come back into the main part of the bar, and then go, so Thomas, everybody really, but Thomas, you've been kind of quiet. Are you good?
Fun. Just,
Okay.
you know, nice place.
Thanks. Be a good bargaining chip, let's hope. Speaking of, our plan of attack for the evening.
That actually does remind me of one small thing. And then Liam reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a stack of like small papers, and he hands them to Boone. And he just goes like, "These are I wrote down some notes for you from last time we all had a conversation."
Oh, all right. Well, let me look at them. Are they like? Do you take good notes, or are they fucking like went to math class, didn't pay attention, but kind of did notes?
They're decent enough notes, but it is very much Cliff Note version of like basically bullet points, not exactly like massively detailed, but it's not messy. It's not messy. It's not kind of like just like, oh, it's more like he'll want to know about this. Oh, he'll also want to know about this. The one thing in which he left out in those notes is the thing that he brings up now, which is so the one thing which I haven't written on there is we suspect. Do you remember Vasile?
I mean, yeah.
We think that he might be the kindred who was responsible for Primogen Strain's condition when we found him on that ship.
I knew it. I mean, makes sense.
He did say that he did not have that ability, but
He
people
could
lie.
have,
People
lied a lot. I mean, he lied about, I don't know, mostly everything he said when we were in that room. So,
I mean, he is kindred. We tend to lie about a lot.
that is true. I understand. But fuck him.
I mean, I can understand why you personally don't like him. But people
I can tell you.
You
I'm
could
sure
tell me,
in
but
great detail.
you could tell me, but I don't think that we have all night.
Or the
I'm
next 3
prepared to
nights.
go into heavy detail, and I will.
This is a threat.
I will not hear this shit right now.
Just the entire night, he's just kind of like, oh, there's also that reason as well.
No, better yet, let me just get you a list. I'll text it to you. Just
3 hours later, the texts are still coming through.
I mean, I do appreciate notes. But yes, we suspect that he could be the person. There is nothing concrete yet.
yeah.
I will say that much. It's not concrete. It's a possibility.
All right. Well, is that a part of what we're doing tonight? Trying to find evidence and stuff.
Well, I mean, it was definitely something I was thinking of proposing to everybody, that some of us go off and basically try and see what we can deduce about his operations. I do have a somewhat vague understanding of how he gets his advertising out.
Okay.
He mostly uses ghouls and Finbloods and basically the down and outs, the people he preys upon mostly.
Right. So what I'm hearing
That's
is
good to know.
so we're gonna go and what's the word? Rough up people a little bit.
No, I think we should take a much subtler approach than that.
All right.
We would need
At
to
least talk to them.
we would need to, yes, we would need to at the very least have just a conversation with some of these people, maybe see if some of them can give us a vague indication of where his operations are running from, and see if we can deduce anything from that. It could potentially be that he's experimenting more with the kind of thing that we saw on that ship. Alternatively, he could just be dragging a bunch of homeless people and down and outs into a warehouse where they're effectively going to be bled dry.
You have
Or
such a
both.
way with words, darling. You have such a way with words.
Either
I
way,
might-
the idea is to get more information. Correct?
I might be silver-tongued, but the truth is ugly regardless.
That part. Quick question, storyteller.
Quick answer.
I have a contact, we'll call it, in the rehab centers.
Uh-huh.
Could I potentially give them a call and see if they could possibly help get the foot in the door, maybe?
You could. Why don't you go ahead and roll for me? Are you trying to convince them to give you a hand with this, or are you going to try to manipulate them into giving you a hand with this?
It's really easier for him to manipulate, but this above table, you know who this person is, so I don't think he would go manipulative with it.
This is a contact, so the difficulty would be low to convince them. But
Well, I mean,
either give me a charisma and persuasion, or a manipulation and subterfuge. You may add your dots of contact to that.
that's not. Wait, hold on. Let me rephrase. It's not an actual contact on the sheet. It's okay. I should have phrased this better. That's my fault.
Okay.
Uh,
Then it's just going to be either a charisma and persuasion or a manipulation and subterfuge.
Okay. The pool is bigger, so I'm going to go manipulation and subterfuge and hope and pray to God. Where is the dice thing? Where's the doom? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that to work. Oh, it does fuck all. Okay, that's 2 successes. Don't know if it'll work, but
That is 2 successes. The individual you call informs you that they're not going to be able to help you tonight.
that's fair.
The kind of access and information you're looking for could get them fired.
Okay. This is Oscar will thank them for answering the phone and for their trouble. And will be by to stop to talk shop at some point in the future anyway. Cause yeah, but we'll have it was just a thought because I realized that because this person works in a rehab center, maybe it might be helpful, but it did not work. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Okay. So, is there anything else we wanted to try before we divvy ourselves up and hit the streets?
Nothing from me.
Okay.
Liam just kind of looks between Catherine and Boone and just be like, do either of you know many people among the homeless population in this city?
I used to, but I would need to re-get those contacts once more.
Same after I stopped my, dealing things. But pretty sure it shouldn't be hard for probably either one of us to get back into contact.
Yes, I can start doing that again. It
You know
wouldn't
what?
do much, it's just be making medicines and such.
Boone.
Hmm.
This is a little unconventional use of it, but we did have a viewer reward banked for y'all.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry about that. My headset just decided to turn off. So
No worries, it happens.
rather than an item, Boone, you do remember that there is a bag lady that you used to have fairly regular contact with. You are not sure if she's still around, but if she is, she could be your in with the homeless.
Do I remember her name, or are
You
we just
do.
gonna come up with one?
Nope.
Okay.
You remember her name is Hetty, Hettie, Hettie.
Hetti.
She was a fixture at the clinic before the war. But you
Okay.
know that during the war there was a push by the former regime to clean up the streets and make Philadelphia safer. So you're not sure if she's still around, but you do remember where she used to hang out. It's possible that she might still be found nearby.
Okay.
There was, at one point in time, a homeless encampment near the Pennsylvania Convention Center.
Okay. Well, before, everything went to shit and exploded, literally. I did know a woman named Hetty. She was one of my contacts she helped me a whole lot in pushing the bags and everything. I don't know if she is around still or not, but she might be. And there was an encampment that may or may not still be there into the city that we can go and investigate. And luckily, it is within our territory and whatnot. So
We can go
we
check
could
that
go
out
check
then.
that. I know I'm weird, but she's a little.
A little much?
I'm here. She is just maybe a little bit higher than how
Okay.
out of pocket I could be, I guess. But she's reasonable.
Let me just take a moment to say I love when you understand an assignment took.
Oh wait, I have one more thing.
What's up?
Once it's my turn, I just had to make a mental note of myself. So
Well, we can definitely go to this encampment. Although I would say that given the previous regime's tactics, chances are, if it's still there, it's probably significantly smaller.
Yeah, but it wouldn't hurt to go and look.
That
Maybe we
does.
can bring some medical supplies in case anyone's hurt or something. We can take care of them.
It's
Would
not
help
a bad
out.
idea. It's not a bad idea, although actually that does remind me of one small thing that I need to clarify. So as you all know, we're currently now again in a state of war.
Whoa, wait, what?
What?
Pause that.
Oh,
Oh,
What?
oh, I.
do
Thing.
you all not keep up with the news?
Took
Yeah,
notes.
dude.
Boone doesn't.
There was
Same.
there was a sinkhole that swallowed up a good portion of the Pennsylvania hospital, the
Mm.
oldest hospital in the nation and Philadelphia's first ever public hospital.
Give me a sec. I didn't check something, and I feel like I should. No. Well, he was a good friend. Best is a friend. He had a
Uh,
backstory friend that worked at that hospital. Well,
there were no deaths reported in the news, but it was
Shit.
all over. It was all over the papers. It was all over every news channel. It's all anybody was able to talk about for a bit. So you would be aware that there was a sinkhole that opened up that swallowed up a good portion of that very historic building.
But are we
So-
also aware of the fact that that's where the Tremere Chantry was?
You do not know that that is where, most of you should not know that that is where the chantry was.
okay.
However, as a deputy, Liam, you were made aware that that was the former site of the chantry.
Great spot.
Yeah, that particular sinkhole that happened at that hospital. Let's just say that the Tremere in this city are currently looking for somewhere else to occupy.
So, who exactly
Okay,
are
okay.
we? Well, that first. Yeah.
I'm sorry, say that again, Catherine.
Are they okay?
From what I understand, nothing has been, no deaths have been reported, as far as I'm aware. I mean,
They are missing a ghoul.
they are currently missing a ghoul, however.
This just gets worse and worse for me, for my friend
This-
Boone personally. Anyway,
Would Liam have been told the physical description of Jerry?
Yes, Liam would have been given the physical. As a deputy, there are a few things that you would know, especially given the fact that your primary law enforcement right now, you and your other deputies, because sheriff went on a walkabout too.
So we're looking. So if everyone here could keep an eye out for this particular individual, and I give the physical description of Jerry, that is the ghoul that they're currently missing, shall we say? He's likely to be injured.
Lord.
I got a question though. I knew about the war front. I heard from Finn and Luke, but who exactly is it on the other side of it? Are we talking people like us? Or are we talking about those people that I ran into the other night at the Basilica?
That actually does remind
It
me
is-
of.
It
Actually,
is
no,
the current. It is the current position of the court that hunters are the primary suspect.
As of this current moment, the court has decreed that basically we're now at war with the Second Inquisition.
Oh,
Thanks.
okay.
Well, fuck.
It was about time anyway.
That is
Oh,
true.
fine.
Also, as well, Boone, you should see in the notes to look out for that particular symbol, and he just points to the symbol of the Society of Saint Leopold. He's put in his notes.
All right.
People are wearing those on pins and such. You
Cut
see
to
them.
a Malkavian dream in like 4 days.
Oh,
Symbols
also,
everywhere.
you should be aware there are people who are not wearing those pins that are just as dangerous. They
All right.
have an ability to, I don't know what it was. Oscar wouldn't know the first thing about how to verbalize what this is.
Yeah, no.
Other than they make his beast very uncomfortable, and be careful who you shake
But-
hands with.
Thomas, give me a wits and intelligence as Oscar is fumbling through his very best explanation of what it was he felt. If anybody has dots in occult, you can make an intelligence and occult roll for me.
Good lord.
Not yet, but I need to.
Thomas getting smart.
Intelligence and occult.
Yep. Okay. Thomas, this sounds like something that you've experienced before. Not harmful, but comforting, familiar. You experienced it while in the presence of the prince.
Mhm.
This wash of something more than what we are. Liam, did you want to use any willpower on that, bud?
No, I'm running on full willpower at this minute. I need it for later.
Okay. 2 successes. It's ringing bells, but you can't quite put your finger on what exactly it is. You've heard of this before, probably from your sire, but it's just not coming to you right now.
Does Thomas say anything?
I don't know how Thomas would articulate something like that.
He's probably
That's
making
fine.
faces, like he's trying to remember.
Huh.
Yeah, he could be deep in thought. It could be gas. Who knows?
No, but Oscar says just be on the lookout for pins, and also he will go into the description of Elaine and what she looks like, because he knows that she's the one who did it to him. Also,
yeah.
the fact that she made his oblivion mark feel like it was going to boil off of his arm.
Okay.
Okay, so watch out for these people.
One of them is a friend. The other one very much not a friend.
Oh, Elaine is not a friend, and she clocked me, I'm fairly certain.
All right. Well, I don't know why, but I'm gonna call it now. We're probably just gonna be running into some bullshit tonight. So let's go ahead and just prepare our bullshit packs. I hope everybody got them prepared as best as we can.
Storyteller, just one quick question.
Yes.
Liam's aware that the sheriff and the prince have gone about walkies.
Walkies.
Does he know anything about the Tremere region going on a walk?
Yes. You would know that the region has gone dark.
Yeah, before we head off and do what we got to do, like preparations and everything, as we are in a current state of war, the regent, the sheriff, and the prince have effectively all gone dark.
What the? Oh no! Oh no!
How dark?
Well, let's just consider the fact that the last time they went dark in the previous war, that effectively meant they were going out and dealing with some of these troublemakers, shall we say.
The last time you saw the prince, he was dressed the same way he was the night you all got your nifty little oblivion marks.
He just points to Thomas and Oscar. Remember that evening when we defeated those cultists, rescued Beth, and you saw how the prince was that evening?
Oi. You don't forget that.
Yes, he's
Oh.
out there and fought. He's out there like that right now.
Oh. Oh no. God help them. May God have mercy on their souls, because he will
Which
not.
one?
Well, I only know a one. I'm not going to fault you for those who have others, but I only know the one.
I think both God and Satan will be a little bit busy with the influx of dead bodies at their doorsteps.
Mm.
And hates.
This also does kind of mean, and I'm not trying to sound egotistical here necessarily, this does kind of mean that I am responsible for upholding the law in this city.
Thomas
You
is
and the
gonna
other
roll his
deputies.
eyes.
Yeah.
Me and the other deputies, of course. It's not
Yep,
just
Thomas
me.
is gonna roll his eyes so hard.
That laugh was in character.
Trust me, I'm aware of the irony.
Are you though? Are you
Better
really?
you than me.
They couldn't. They had to search for numbers to uphold the law in this city, and so they turned to one of its criminals.
Good on them, I suppose. One more thing on the K&A front. 1 second. Quick question, ST. Does Oscar know about what you what you posted in the Neopets chat? That particular thing. Does he know about that? Would he know just because of his time here and everything else?
The Hibernian Club is the Ancient Order of the Hibernians is well known in the Irish community.
Okay.
It's something that most of the younger crowd don't participate in as much anymore, but especially some of the older folk, the guys who came here straight off the boat, the guys who fought in the Troubles and needed to get out of Ireland really fast and really quietly. They all have membership in the Hibernian, the Ancient Order of the Hibernians. So it is not it's a secret fraternal order in that they advertise just like everybody else. You just don't know what goes on in the clubhouse unless you're a member.
Gotcha. Okay. Only reason I was asking is because I was trying to make sure that it wouldn't be out of pocket for Oscar to know the first place to go looking for K&A stuff.
No. As a member of the Irish community, you would know that like hitting up the Hibernians probably not the worst idea. But it is gonna kind of be a 50-50 shot just because it's fallen out of fashion with a lot of the younger crowd.
So his idea is to get in with the old heads so they can point him in the direction of the younger ones, so he can do a little bit of relations between both and build it that way. That's his plan of attack anyway, but
Not a terrible idea, and you are aware of a member within the Kindred Society of Philadelphia that will be more than happy to make the introductions.
Does his name rhyme with bin?
It does.
it's Finn. Okay, so his text with Finn makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Oh, cool. I just all right, this will be fun.
That's okay. Life gets busy sometimes. We need a little reminder here and there. It's no big deal.
Okay.
So,
okay. All right. Well, we're getting ready to disperse now, I think.
You do happen to know that the K&A is fairly active in the Port Richmond, Fishtown, Kensington area, hereto referred to as Port Fishington. So you might be able to run into some folks over there. but you're going to have to be looking for it.
Well, this will be fun.
So, how do we want to divide our labor this evening?
We should figure that out. Oscar's going with the K&A, so whoever wants to go with him can.
Liam, given his knowledge and personal experience with Vasil, is going to be investigating the homeless and their connections to Vasil's operations.
Team Liam. Just saying.
Likely go with Liam because of the same background with the homeless and such.
Joint mission for Thomas, so with Oscar.
Excellent. So 3 and 2. If something pops off with whatever either of us are doing, send an SOS, if you will. So if we need to get people out of places or help, hopefully we'll be able to do that.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
we'll send a message via the usual channels.
And we'll
Gotcha.
keep an eye out for things.
Good. Stay safe, protect each other, please.
There's the idea, and you stay safe as well.
Mhm.
That's what this is for. And he'll hold up the shillelagh.
Oh shit. Well, that's a thing.
It is. It is. And he'll kind of spin it sort of in his hand and then kind of tap it on the ground. And then it's just like, shall we away then? We're taking my car, Thomas.
Nope. I was gonna agree with that to begin with. As he goes to join up with Oscar, he is going to pause briefly besides Catherine. Be careful. Please.
I will be. She just glances at him but doesn't look up directly at him. Just side glances.
And Thomas is going to go join Oscar.
Just before Oscar leaves, Liam is just going to like reach out and take Oscar's hand and just give it a slight squeeze. Stay safe.
Oscar, you too. Make sure you make it back. Plus,
Oh.
it's going to just sort of look in the direction of where the Haven portion of this is and is going to give another like corresponding squeeze and walk out to Seamus and get to going places.
Shall we then, mio signora and good doctor?
Well, you drive.
We shall.
Shotgun.
Liam's got to drive these two. Oh no! Gangle,
Because-
hide! Earthmeld,
Evan
hide!
or Liam? Because Boone can't drive
Catherine
like
can't
shit.
drive at all, so Catherine has no dots and drive, so
Boone either. So we're fucked. Look, that's what happens when you live in a city and don't need a car.
I thought you'd
that's Catherine's reason.
How many dots and drive do you have, Liam? Oh, there's a stat for that? One.
One is enough.
More than Catherine and Boone combined.
I got good decks.
I mean, he's got evasive maneuvers as a specialty, but we're not outrunning anybody.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Liam leads out the pub and presents, as we have all collectively come to know it as, the potato.
The potato. The Irish spud.
There you go.
That's no way to talk about Oscar like that.
Now, children.
You're muted, I know.
The good old Irish lumper. We also have our very first channel prediction.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, what was that? What was that, Ida?
We have our very first channel prediction for our audience to participate in.
Oh no.
So for the next 19 and a half minutes, you will be able to submit your
Predictions.
anybody can participate. You just can't pick the outcome if you participate as a moderator, just for our mods watching along that might want to.
I don't know.
But we have Thomas and Oscar going off to secure support from the KNA, and we've got Liam, Catherine, and Boone heading off to investigate with the homeless. So I'm going to temporarily assign team captains. Thomas, higher or lower?
Lower.
Liam, higher or lower?
Higher.
Look at that. Okay. So we are going to start off with Thomas and Oscar. Thomas, Oscar, as you watch the rest of your coterie get into the potato, whose car are we taking?
Oscar's car.
Okay.
Yep.
So, Thomas, you hop into the car with Oscar. And where did we want to start kind of poking around looking for members of the KNA?
Kensington. That's where
Okay.
Oscar will start because that's technically where his home is, and so
This is true.
He's the most familiar with this area, so he'll start in Kensington at the least, and then branch out.
So it doesn't take you long to get into the heart of Kensington as you're moving along underneath the elevated rail that runs along Kensington Avenue. There are a few places that you can try first. One of them being over near Kensington and Jasper. Well, it's technically North Front Street and Jasper Street. It does eventually turn into Kensington Avenue, but not just yet. This is home to a few empty lots, some rundown duplexes, but it is the kind of place that is ripe for criminal activity.
Mm-hmm.
And as you make your way, Thomas, can you give me a wits and awareness, while Oscar, can you please give me a composure and drive?
Gotcha. Oh, good lord.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
So-
Oh God.
There's no fixing that, is there?
No, you can only make it worse if you really want to.
I don't know if I made
No.
it any better. I hope you don't wreck the fucking car.
Oscar,
Yeah.
buddy.
What?
2 successes is not enough.
Oh God. Okay.
And there is that bestial there.
Okay.
So here is how we are going to do it. Thomas, we are going to hit you. Let's see real quick here. Compulsions.
This is going to be interesting.
Extremely.
Hey, the dice. The dice have decided to. The dice have decided to tell a story. So here we are telling a story.
When do the dice not want to tell a story?
I want to be a little shit.
Sometimes sometimes it happens. All right, let's see here. Let's grab my special little D10 and see what you're going to get hit with tonight. Okay, I can work with this. You are going to be suffering from your clan compulsion.
Knew it.
So until a non-supernatural order has been followed, you will have a -2 dice penalty. But this is a critical success. It's a messy critical success. You notice that there has been a pair of headlights that has been following you almost since the bar. Oscar, while I let Thomas percolate on that, Oscar, for your bestial fail,
Yeah.
you missed a pothole.
Fuck.
Well, you didn't see the pothole. And it's one of those good old-fashioned Philly tire eaters.
I don't know what that means.
I have an idea. Ow. I'm sorry.
The car slams.
Fuck.
Gutters. And you hear the whomp, 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 whomp.
I lost a tire. Fuck. And he's gonna pull off at this point, out of the way in the middle of the street and just swearing in Irish Gaelic loudly.
So as you pull over and you get out to look, the tire is flat. The rim is bent. Seamus is out of commission for the evening.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Quick question. Can he call a tow truck? Because he's not fucking leaving this car in Kensington on cinder blocks.
Oh, absolutely. You can absolutely call a tow truck. But
okay,
Thomas, as Oscar pulls over, those headlights slow down and likewise park a few cars back from you. All the lights turn off. I leave it to you.
Thomas is going to get out. Which side is the flat on that Oscar's on?
It is on the front passenger side tire.
Okay. Thomas is going to get out and, be kind of close to Oscar and quietly go, I think we've got a tail.
Oh, just icing on
They're
this.
behind
already.
us a couple of cars back.
Why? How do you want to deal with that? Because we can't be having People follow us around doing what we're fucking doing. So, how do we want to do this? This is already a shit show. I can just tell you that, and I'm not leaving my fucking car here. So, what do we want? What are we
We're
doing
not
here?
leaving the car here. We don't leave a car like this alone.
See, I knew there was a reason I liked you. This is one of those reasons. Appreciate that we are on the same page in this matter. My question to you is, what are we supposed to do now? What are we doing about our tail? Because plus, what kind of car is it driving? Like, he's gonna like sort of like flash his
You're
eyes
not-
up and sort of look.
You're not sure what kind of car it was because all Thomas could see was the headlights.
But the location,
It'd be dark
he
out.
knows where that is, right?
Oh yeah, it's like 3 or 4 cars back, parked on the same street as you.
Do we
Well,
want to go
depends,
see what's
'cause it
up?
was following us from the bar. Thereabouts.
Close to, not exactly from the
Close
bar,
to.
Okay.
but you clocked it a few blocks away from the bar, and
It's
they've
near.
been behind you the whole time.
Oh, hell no. Don't like this. So Oscar's gonna reach into the car, grab his shillelagh. He's gonna go, you want to go talk to him? I say we
Yeah, a
go
little
talk
chat.
to him.
Are you
Quietly,
two
we
still
talk
in the
to them.
car or outside of the car?
We're popping like Oscar sort of like popped a squat near the wheel and is kind of just has gotten out of the driver's side and gone around this front to the passenger side.
Okay.
He's kneeling by the car or by the tire.
As you two are talking, I will direct your attentions to your player channels.
Oh,
You hear a long, low whistle as that man, an older black gentleman, comes walking up. Looks like you boys are in a spot of trouble tonight. You got a tow truck coming? Those potholes are killer. You did not see him get out of any cars. You just
Okay.
saw him walk up.
I was assessing the damage. I'm gonna need to call a tow truck.
That's a shame. Real nice car too.
Thank you. I usually have had better luck keeping it on the road than tonight, apparently. And he will reach into his pocket and grab his phone, and he's gonna start. So it's just like he's gonna look to Thomas, like watch him, and then is gonna step towards the driver's side of the car and call a tow truck.
And the man continues to offer polite conversation. It's a Camaro, ain't it? 1970, 71?
You know your muscle cars then.
Oh, just a man who has a very keen eye for things that stand out. You don't see many cars like this on the road anymore. They don't make them like they used to.
I certainly don't. I got lucky.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about luck, though. Every now and again, it runs out.
So it seems. He's just
And do either of you want to vibe check this guy, or
I don't have the
do
pool
it.
for that. Let
Someone
me
do
try.
it.
Hold
Try
on.
it anyway. Shit.
I will do it. Matter of fact, can
Let's
I
go.
blood surge and smack him with the metal chair of the vibe check, please?
please feel free.
Do I get the blood search though? I just gotta ask.
Go ahead and blood search.
Okay.
Okay. What is it?
It is wits and insight.
Right. Not what I expected.
Yeah, this guy seems like he's just a nosy old man.
Hey.
Oscar, you're now at hunger 3,
Uh-huh.
but something about this guy don't feel right.
Didn't like that. It's just kind of like,
Feels a lot like how it felt when you were in the church that night.
oh no, shit. Oh god. Okay, hold on. Player needs a second. Ugh, my palms are sweaty. It's just like, it's just, this is not like the same level as like Elaine level uncomfy.
More than, but similar to.
Oh, we found one that lived long enough to get. Oh, Jesus. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. It's like, Thomas doesn't see the problem.
Thomas is just vaguely annoyed that this guy keeps hanging around.
Yeah, no. And it's just, like, quick question: how long does it really feasibly take to get the tow truck on the on the dial and on the way here? On the way, I don't know how long it takes. Feasibly speaking,
Tow truck's gonna take at least an hour to get out to you. Traffic's been fairly heavy in the city.
Okay, so as long as they know where to go, he will.
Oh yeah,
He will.
You're able to give them a location, and they'll have somebody out within the hour.
Yeah. So Oscar will lean against the car and cross his arms and then go, well, tow truck's on its way. And I've got my friend here to keep me company, so you don't necessarily have to hang around here. Plus, things get real dangerous around here at night, and not that you can't handle yourself, I'm sure. It's just, it's Philly.
The man nods. Oh, I'm aware. I've been a native here for all my life.
It's a long time to be somewhere.
Oh, sure. But what brings two nice boys like you out to this dicey neighborhood?
I live here. Don't know if the accent gave way or not.
He makes a face, sucks his teeth. He says, well, gentlemen, if you truly don't need my assistance this evening. And he begins to walk away. He starts moving toward the street corner, a few feet from where you're standing. Thomas, you get the strangest sensation that washes over you. You feel the heat of the noonday midday sun. And you hear a voice in the back of your mind. It only says one word. Down.
Thomas is going to grab Oscar and pull him down to the ground.
Okay.
Just as you do, the passenger side window in the door and a portion of the passenger side of the windshield shatter as several shots ring out.
Oh my god.
So while y'all two are collecting that, we're going to move on to our other group. Liam, Catherine, and Boone, y'all pile into the ugliest beige van that you have ever seen in your entire life. This thing it's got it all. It's got the body rot. It's got the tires that don't quite look like they're the right size. It's got half of a grill. Like, this thing is, if you want to talk about a van that people won't want to look twice at, that's this van. This is as far away from Rowan's nice, sparkly, clean art pieces as you can get. This looks like a van that no one loved, no one cared for, and no one wanted.
What color is it? Beige. What about the furniture? Beige.
Beige.
But the steering wheel is also beige.
You got it. It is the beigest car, the beigest van that you have ever seen in your life. It is almost an offensive level of beige. But you all pile in and make your way over towards the Pennsylvania Convention Center. There is a lot nearby that had once been used as a parking lot, but has fallen into disuse. And while the bulk of the homeless encampment there has been removed, there are still a few pallet wood and tarp structures that dot the back wall of this lot. So, who would like to attempt to make contact with the individuals that have clearly set up a new encampment here?
Me.
So, are you going to be calling out for your friend?
Yeah, he won't just be yelling and shit, but like he'll he will. Yeah, he will does do his best not to bother too many people.
So,
but he will try and find it, yeah.
Okay. You call out a couple of times, and from the from one of the pallet wood and blue tarp structures that dot the back wall of this lot, you see a familiar face poke out. Her wrinkles are deep, leaving her face looking a bit craggy. Her gray hair is kind of in all different directions. There's a wild look in her fading eyes. She looks you up and down. She goes, oh, good. I thought you were another one of the suit men. And you hear a click from her pocket.
He was just kind of look. And then he goes, Well, how many suit men have you gotten rid of?
Oh, um, just the one this week, but they keep they keep sending cars and men, and they're they don't want me to expose the secrets.
Well, hopefully me and my friends are here to help with that tonight. If
You
you
can
could
help.
possibly, well, let me introduce you to my closest friends at the moment, if that's okay.
And she looks first at Liam and then at Catherine before leaning in closely again to you, Dr. Ripley. Man, very, very pretty. But, do you know you're consorting with a demon?
I think he actually
He
does
is.
laugh a tiny bit.
Which
He's
one of
like,
them's the demon?
Did we just find the Deadpool of Philadelphia?
Boone just kind of looks at her and go, very nice demon.
She looks hungry.
Nothing new, but she does have the same type of care and ability that I do. So try not to call her a demon to her face. Well, actually, I take that back. Say that because it might be very funny, but maybe don't.
Out of character, not the first time, but that's the point.
And Hetty just kind of mulls that over for a moment before nodding. So what do you need from old Hetty?
Well,
Are we going back to work?
actually, you're gonna break my heart at some point. Shit. Let me just prepare for that. Possibly, most possibly. Yeah, but you already did help us. And before we continue this conversation, and then he'll wave over to Catherine and Liam to listen in and be in the conversation. And once they get over there, he'll so you already gave us information about getting rid of one of these men in suits. Did you dispose of the remains, or would you do you need help with that?
Oh no. We my friends, they were able to help me. We tied many rocks to him, and now he lives in the river.
Good to know. Okay. And when you say suit, man, can you describe what he looks like? Particularly.
They all look the same. All bald suits, agents, I think, or maybe aliens. It's hard to tell.
All right. There's a specific symbol that maybe they were wearing, like on their chest, or maybe a pendant or a tattoo.
No, they don't. I don't. If I saw it, maybe.
Okay. Well, with that, well, I understand that you've been going through a lot, Hetty, and it's so good to see you. And I'm very proud of you. You've been doing very well, you and your friends.
It's been hard, Doctor. The city, they took my home away. I had to rebuild.
Yeah, I understand that, and it is rough, but this is the type of city that takes and give you nothing in return. But you do have individuals such as us who are willing to give you everything in our power to help, shall I say. Uh, with that, though, there's some other questions that my friends was going to ask you. And if you could do that for me, we could continue the conversation about potentially getting back into business again, if that is okay with you, Eddie.
I'd really like to get back to work, Doctor. It, it's been hard without you.
Well, and he'll gesture to Liam and Catherine and go, be gentle. Also, Catherine, she's a little scared of you. So, mull
Yes,
that over.
Catherine, you are at Hunger 3.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember. It's like, understood. And she'll kind of step back just a little bit for Liam to be the one to do the main talking.
Good evening, Hetty.
Hello.
I've heard much from your friend, Dr. Ripley here. It is very lovely to meet you. How are you feeling this evening?
Nights are hard. I used to work with the doctor, and he used to help me with those, but now the voices are back, and everything gets fuzzy.
I understand. It can be quite difficult, especially with just everything going on in this economy. It's not fair. It's not fair to you at all. Hetty, I was wondering, have you or your friends here been approached by any individuals regarding work? I mean, shady work. Handing out flyers and...
Oh, some of us, there's Mr. Findler has come by. Sometimes he brings us food so that we can hand out flyers for him. There's also Mr. Perry, but Mr. Perry only ever asks for information. He wants to know about people like your friend, the demons.
Interesting. Mr. Perry, does he seem like the pious kind, shall we say?
I don't. And she sits for a moment and kind of rocks.
It's okay. Take your
Place.
time.
Mr. Perry, he's a nice man, but he seems... Sometimes he gets upset if people don't have information for him about the demons.
I can imagine. It's not very pleasant. How often do Mr. Findler and Mr. Perry show up here?
Mr. Findler will drop off stacks once every other week, big stacks, but I don't ever accept his food. Sometimes I think he might be poisoning us.
You think he might be poisoning you? What makes you say that?
Jeff used to eat the apples, and then he got very sick. Very sick.
Mm.
And then Mr. Findler took him away and said he was going to get treatment, but then he never came back.
Liam just very like, how far away is Boone and Catherine?
Catherine
That's a good
steps
question.
back a bit. Catherine stepped back like a step or two to let Liam be the one to take the lead. So
Boone
Not
will be
too far away.
Boone will be right next to Hattie. Look, and in a line of sight where she can't see him, but as soon as he hears this information, Boone has the most. He's like biting his lip to keep from like going off the rails a little bit.
Liam gives them both knowing looks as if to say, yeah, treatment.
Yeah.
Have there been any others who have gone missing, Eddie?
There was another camp not far from here, but they're all gone now. They ate the food, they got sick, and Mr. Findler took them away for treatment, but they've never come back. No one ever comes back from treatment.
What were the symptoms? When you say they got ill, what exactly were the symptoms?
And it's about that moment that Hetty gets a far away look in her eye. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row.
Boone just kind of look at her. Is this a new thing for him too?
No, Hetty's always been like this.
Oh, cool. Okay. It's like, excuse me. But Boone just kind of go, is it? Like giving like a reassuring, like kind of like nod. And he did used to supply. He did a lot of illegal shit. The more I think about it and remember, he did bring some medicine because he knew he was coming to see her. That helps a little bit. Like some psychotics that help a little bit. So he'll do what he normally do with the orange juice and the pills, and he's like, "I'm sorry that I stopped doing this for you, but we're gonna do this regularly again."
No, it's okay, Dr. Ripley. I know that things were bad in the city and a lot of people had to hide.
Mm.
But I'm glad you're back now. I'm glad that I have my pills again.
Yeah, and I'm gonna help your family too, your rest of your friends and family. Okay. So
She just nods.
here you go. Now, and then we'll wait like a few minutes, and then
And Hetty will take one of the pills, wash it down with the orange juice, and just kind of sit down on the ground. Sometimes they can make me dizzy for a minute, but I should be fine soon.
It's okay.
Mhm.
Take your
no
time.
worries.
And
yeah,
about 25 minutes pass as she's sitting there rocking, repeating this same nursery rhyme. Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? Interspersed with, they were flowers. He was turning them into flowers.
In that time, while she is saying all of this, Liam is just gonna kind of like hold a conference with, like, basically just kind of like gesture Boone and to Catherine to just kind of like just like give Hetty a moment, and he's just like, I think we know exactly what that means.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like confirmation. But we still should get more information if we can.
I mean, she's
And
gonna
last-
be out for a second, but the whole flower thing, it rages me, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
I understand. I understand, Boone, but we need to focus. We need to focus on this at the current point in time. Hetty needs to get off of the streets.
I can see to that. Before I had my nurse staying with me, she was the one staying with me, but I thought it'd be better if both of them were not around doing the bad thing. So I think I could just start doing that again and continue helping all of her friends.
I can help with that as well. If they need to be bandaged up or whatever and they don't want to go to the hospital, they can come to my shop as long as I know that's why they're there. It's not the first time, won't be the last time. I'll take
Yeah.
them in, I'll get them cleaned up, stitched up, whatever I need to do so they don't have to worry about going to the hospital.
Okay, well,
I'll make sure they have my address for that.
that's good. By the end of this, Liam, if it comes to the fact that we have to get rid of him, I swear if you do it without me there, it's gonna be me and you.
We effectively, and he keeps he basically just kind of like he can't just I'm actually gonna like just quickly look around just to see if I see any familiar faces nearby.
No.
But wait a minute, if this guy can actually change his appearance, that doesn't matter.
That is true.
We have, you do remember specifically the orders that we were given when it came to finding this individual.
I'm aware. I'm also aware that we are very hard-headed individuals that try to follow the rules.
You're not wrong. But in this particular instance, our employer would probably prefer that this individual not be too grievously injured.
Okay, so
But-
leave them with 3 limbs. Got it. Noted.
I mean, if push comes to shove, and shove
Yeah.
means off of a cliff,
Can make it 2 limbs.
See, look, there now we prioritize the important things. A quick, just mechanical question. I keep
Yes.
forgetting that Boone has the Bloodhound merit. I keep forgetting about
Yes.
it. Does Vitae smell super different compared to regular blood?
So mechanically speaking, Bloodhound just helps you find resonances.
Resonance. Okay.
You would need a much different power to sniff out kindred versus people.
Okay.
Um,
Noted.
So there are 2 different ways you can go about that. You can use Auspex with Scry the Soul,
Yep.
or Animalism with Sense the Beast.
Okay. I know what I'm gonna do with my next XP points.
Same.
So and then he'll kind of like look back at Hattie. Is she right and dandy?
She's not right and dandy, but she does seem far more lucid than she was. It's going to take a couple more doses for her to get right and dandy because
Yeah.
psychiatric medication kind of takes a minute to build up, but
Yeah.
it does definitely look like the edge has been taken off.
Okay. I
As
think we
she
have.
looks up at you from her seat on the pavement, her eyes seem a little clearer. She's not kind of darting around and rocking as much.
I think we have maybe 10 more minutes or so. But event tomorrow, I'm gonna come back and get her and to bring her to my haven after we finish, everything we're doing.
And Hetty will nod enthusiastically. I'm glad you're going to bring me home, Doctor.
How big is like frame wise? How big is Hetty compared to Catherine? Like
Wayfish.
really?
She is.
Oh, okay, I say that because Catherine's gonna take off her coat, and being that Hetty doesn't particularly trust Catherine right now, hand it to Boone. Like, here, at least until you're able to get her somewhere safe. And she'll basically give her a coat to Boone to give to Hetty.
And he will do so.
And she takes the coat and kind of holds it to her. It's a little warm, but it'll make for a serviceable blanket tonight.
If you go, Liam. What you about to say?
Liam is just gonna kind of like reach into his pocket and in terms of like local motels
Mm-hmm.
in the area that are accessible via walking, do they charge like ridiculous rates, or
In the area of the convention center, there's a few different places, but one of the more accessible, there is a 4 Points Sheraton nearby. Let's see here. Let's just double check this real quick. So a standard single occupancy hotel room in the area that you're currently in, which is the traditional standard, which is a king size bed. It is going to run you about $220 a night.
would that make a dent in my resources, Dots?
Nah.
Perfect. Liam is going to pull out about $300 worth in cash. He's going to put it into Hetty's hands, and he's going to put it in her hands, and then he's going to keep it out of sight effectively. And he's just going to go, find yourself a room, get yourself something to eat, and you stay there until the sun rises. Do you understand?
She nods and points down the street to the 4 Points Sheraton, kind of indicating that that's where she plans on staying for the night. She nods her head and takes the money and just kind of shoves one fist inside of the coat and bundles the coat up around her hand. Is there anything else that you needed? This is. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Also, he'll hand her a full bottle of psychotics because, again, he does a lot of things in his job. And he will hand her at least like a month worth of pills.
This prompts Hetty to throw her arms around you and wrap you up in a hug. practically sobbing into your chest. Thank you, doctor. I'm so glad you're back.
And I think this is the first time that his high humanity shows real
Aw.
fuck you. Second off,
Aw.
real bad. He actually like one Vitae tear kind of like pop out like a real gangster tear. Just
Liam just kind of goes.
and he'll I'll tomorrow you and me will have a great night. Okay.
Okay, doctor. If you don't need anything else, I'm gonna. I just need to collect some things, and she scampers off into the makeshift tent and comes out with 3 other items kind of bundled in the coat. There is a well-worn and weathered teddy bear, alarm clock, and a Bible.
You hurt me.
Catherine's going to, not so much to scare her, but she's like, let your friends, she's going to give Hetty her address. If they need to go to the hospital or they don't want to go to the hospital, they need to be fixed up or they need something else like that, go to this address. I will be there and I will take care of them.
Hetty nods and takes the slip before looking at you. Thank you for being a nice demon. Before she scuttles off into the night.
Catherine just chuckles.
We are going to pause there, and we are going to take our first break of the night. Like 10 minutes, everybody go to the bathroom, get some snacks, some water,
Yeah.
emotional support stuffies, whatever you need.
That's already right here, okay?
We will see you all back here in 10 minutes.
Crying is a free action.
All right.
Crying is a free action.
So is swearing. So is swearing.
welcome back to our session here at Philly by Night. We hope your break was as good for you as it was for us. Coming back from break, we are going to be moving back over to Thomas and Oscar, who had been suddenly fired upon by this mysterious stranger. So, Thomas, you were able to grab Oscar, and you were both able to get out of the line of fire at the last possible moment, thanks to, I don't know what we want to call it, the Thomas Tingle?
Praying man, my praying man.
Just be glad your name's not Peter, I guess.
There's a joke there. I'm leaving alone.
It's not even his middle name.
But
Not part of his last name, though.
so you were able to get you and Oscar out of the line of fire as bullets tear through the windows of Seamus.
Thomas
And-
is going to mutter a praise to Mithras while he's down there.
You know what? Okay.
Oh no.
Smite them.
You
What?
there is no immediate reaction to your praise to Mithras, but there is that feeling that your praise does not fall on deaf ears. Oscar, Thomas, you hear the man speak again. Been spending a long time following you, leeches. So why don't you make my night easier? Come on out.
This makes me angry. Oh. Mm. Okay.
But does that anger translate to Oscar?
It
Thomas is
does.
now
This
swearing
is
in
partially,
Italian.
and Oscar joins him in swearing in Italian. And it's just like, and he's going to drop his voice to a whisper and get really close to Thomas's ear. It's just like, if you're any good with a gun, give me some cover fire so I can get behind the son of a bitch.
Thomas is just going to nod.
Cool. And okay. What do you say?
Go be inky.
You know what? You're going to thank me for that inky later. And is going to sort of crawl like down the cars. Like he can sort of hear and sort of spot where the dude's feet are, I'm guessing. Can he spot that, or does he need to roll for that?
You're going to need to roll for it.
Okay, that's fine. All right, this will be good.
Thomas, are you providing cover fire?
Yeah.
Okay. You will likewise need to roll for me a composure and firearms.
This is about to go. Is it wits awareness? I'm guessing.
Yep, it would be wits awareness.
Okay.
Headshot.
Okay. So now your
Oh, this is horse shit. I am spending a point of willpower. And of course it does fuck all. I hate it here. I fucking hate it here. This is I'm about to eat this man.
Okay. So, Thomas, you fire blindly, and while you don't connect with your target, you are successful in driving him around the corner of the building. Oscar, man, this gunfight sure is exciting.
Not no.
No, it's
Oscar
not.
guns.
Not in his case, it's not. Okay. Oh, this is about to get ugly.
It hasn't
Okay.
already.
No, it
That.
hasn't, because it could get so much worse.
Point.
Yeah, so Oscar doesn't have any clue as to where this guy went.
Nope. You were too busy keeping your head ducked down trying to avoid getting your face filled with lead.
Okay, so he's still gonna stay low to the ground, and he's just gonna keep an eye out. He's trying to hide, and as soon as he can see this fucker, he's gonna try to get behind him and make it
As you peer around the edge of the door, you do notice that he's no longer standing there, but you do see the pistol poke out from around the corner and fire blindly towards you.
Oh.
Though, without aiming that pistol, it's easy for him to miss. So neither one of you are struck by anything. And now this man is just kind of firing blindly into the night.
One second. That's cocked. Okay. Storyteller,
Yes.
how shadowy is the area around the man?
It's Kensington. Most of the street lights don't work.
Can I rouse for arms of Armon, please?
You most certainly can.
Light.
That was
I was
always an
waiting.
option.
Opening light in Kensington. Never heard of such a thing.
Sounds like Bayshore Road in Naples.
Sounds like any
This
country
is-
road in England.
Kensington is one of the rougher neighborhoods in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
So, thankfully, no stain, but we do go up in
Yeah.
hunger.
Yeah, he's got a problem at Hunger 4, though.
Yep. So we are currently
That's-
at hunger 3.
Is he at Hunger 3?
You were at hunger 2 at the start of the session. I
Yeah, but
thought-
my hunger went up when I blood surged for the vibe check.
Oh, that's right. So you are at hunger 4.
Yes. That's fine, though, because this man's not going to live long enough to really matter at this point. So, because what he wants to
Looks
do,
like
eat. What he's going to do is he's going to take the arms of Armand and stretch his hand out, because he knows whereabouts. He's right around the corner. He's like, he can see where the
He's-
man's arm is, sort of, at least.
yeah. You can tell where approximately where he is.
I'm going to find this man, grip a hold of this man, and I'm going to yank this man down the street into me.
Okay. Give me a
He's
strength
Or
plus.
knack privilege.
Give me a strength plus brawl.
Can I get my grappling specialty? So-
Yeah, go for it.
Excellent. Strength roll, that's 7. Okay. Why does that keep. Okay.
Look at the La Sombra and the Ventru working so well together.
Sure, that's a word for it.
Look, it's no different than Wolverine and Scott from X-Men, okay?
Oh my god.
Let's see what we've got.
It's time for snackies, Eddie.
We are VTM players now.
Yes.
Eddie, I've heard of this cool game called Vampire the Masquerade.
We can play
Oh.
You cannot go around breaking the masquerade. I cannot.
No, you cannot.
So
So Oscar species now Venom got it.
you are able to grapple this man. But as you go to yank him,
Oh no.
you feel him yank back.
Oh. Huh?
And you feel your arms of Ahriman break their hold.
Oh, he used juju. Oh boy. Okay. Do I see him at least?
It was enough to yank him kind of around the corner. He lurches a step, and then you see him break free of your arms of Ahriman.
Oh, I do not like that. And Oscar will growl out from between his teeth, "Shoot him."
Okay. Yeah.
Because he looks like crap right now. He's actively bleeding out of his eyes, his ears, and his a nose and his mouth. And the clothes he has on are also soaking in his vitae because his old wounds are opening up.
Okay. So I assume now Thomas has the guy in his line of sight.
Yes.
So he's gonna first activate lethal body, and then he's gonna go ahead and pop off a round on him.
Okay. So go ahead and give me another composure and firearms. Okay. That's not terrible because he was kind of yanked out around the corner and is a little unsteady on his feet. He takes a round to the shoulder and it spins him around. You'll hear him yelp
Okay.
as he disappears around the corner. But there are people starting to filter out of buildings now because there has been the sound of gunfire.
Mm-hmm. What?
Tom's gonna grab Oscar and go, "You know this area. where could we go to lay low?
His haven, how close is his haven from here?
Not very far at all. You're maybe 3 blocks.
Just like, we can go to
You could
my
you could
place.
get there if you hoofed it.
Yeah. At this point, like, he does not want to leave his car here, but the fact that the guys has been firing off weaponry, all of this is happening. He just, oh, he does not like this. This makes him uncomfy, but he knows where it is. He knows where his truck is, or where his car is. At the very least, he can come back after it dies down a bit. But that man saw his face, and that's a problem.
Yeah, it is.
And saw Thomas's face too,
Sure did.
and knows we're both leeches. So Oscar's first rule of thought is gonna go, we can go to my haven. However, we need to find that old man, and we need to do something about him because he saw our faces, Thomas. He knows what we are. We need to deal with that. I don't.
Where?
So, I would like to deal with that.
I would like to also point out, Thomas, that your friend is not looking people-y.
Actively bleeding.
Yes.
Thankfully, the scent of your own BJ doesn't provoke a hunger frenzy.
Are not looking so hot right now. We've already drawn enough attention to ourselves. Do you want to go running down the street looking like this?
Well, I need food so to fix this, and the old man isn't home. So if we must go, we must go. But after we take care of this, we need, one, to call the right people, and two, let the rest of them know so they don't freak out and hear about anything on a police scanner. If any of them are smart enough to tune into that,
Right.
don't know if they are.
Got it. Let's go.
And Oscar will growl and then start hoofing it to as quickly and as quietly as possibly just over to his haven. He knows where it is. He's just going to run, stay as hidden as possible because he is actively bleeding. Like,
Thomas is going to stop him from going directly to the haven and suggest finding a zigzag route that's not directly leading somebody to his sleeping place.
Okay.
considering
So-
he shares it with his sire, he will follow Thomas's lead on that.
Go ahead and give me we'll call it a Wits and Streetwise.
Me?
Thomas.
Okay. I was like, ugh. What? This would be when I would messy crit. Just watch.
Is it Wits and Streetwise?
Wits and Streetwise, yes.
Okay.
Can Oscar give him a help die because he knows the area?
You know what? Yeah, go ahead and roll just one extra die there, Thomas.
Okay.
Okay. 4 successes is good. With Oscar's help, you are in fact able to make it back to Oscar's Haven. and lay low. We're going to take that moment, pause there, and let you two collect your thoughts and what your plan of action is going to be from here. We're going to move back over to our other group. Boone, Liam, Catherine, y'all met with Hetty. You learned that there is a man named Mr. Perry, who is a nice man who pays for information about demons like Catherine. And there is a man, Mr. Findler, who pays people with food to distribute flyers for him. But that the people that eat the food get sick, go for medical treatment, and don't ever come back.
Liam would know that Mr. Findler is a mask name for Vasil.
You would know that it is a mask name for the Elder Zemis known as Vasil, yes.
Liam, at this point, he is good. Like Hetty has gone off to go and get herself a room and hopefully some food. Liam is just going to turn to the other two and gesture to get inside the car and just basically drive. He's effectively going to set off and just drive in a kind of like basically just sticking to the area, but basically he's just driving around, and that would give them the chance to like talk out what's going on.
Okay. So while you're driving around, go ahead and give me a composure and drive.
Oh no! Can I blood surge, please?
You know what? Sure.
I'm gonna need it.
While you are all driving around, you will receive a text on the group chat from Oscar that says, "Things have gone pear-shaped. Laying low at my place. Can debrief when we reconvene later."
Catherine's swearing in a time.
Liam is driving and trying not to crash, so he can't. He can't.
And Catherine was like, things have gone pear-shaped with Oscar and Thomas. They're laying low at his place. They said they'll let us know when we get back together later.
Did they explain how it's gone all pear-shaped? Are they?
No. It doesn't say anything. It just says things have gone pear-shaped. Laying low at my place. Can debrief when we reconvene later.
Hot. Sorry.
We need
No, that's good. Not
we
bad.
really do. Thank you, Cook.
I believe that's an audacity roll.
No.
Not the face. Hold on, agree, but laughing at the face.
So Boone's earned a new specialty, audacity.
You lot. Anyway, so Liam, where are we going right now?
Literally, he's just driving around the area, like sticking like roughly to the area, just kind of like taking different roads, different like going, just basically just sticking.
So we're just driving around the block
In order to give Liam, Catherine, and Boone the chance to talk without being caught out in the open.
Okay.
necessarily.
A smart play. Keep things moving so you can kind of not have to worry about the masquerade quite so much. So while you're driving around, take your
Okay.
time, noodle things out.
I believe that we understand exactly what Hetty means by people are getting sick and getting taken away for treatment.
The
This is
gentleman Vasil. It sounds about right for him.
well. This is also what I meant by him pissing me off. Well, before he came in to be the supplier. That was my job. And then he came and he's doing all this unnecessary shit. And obviously there's more to what he's doing. Also flowers. You think he the one who's doing that too?
It's a far stretch, but it's not impossible.
There are many things in which my family can do that would terrify and horrify most.
Well, at some point, while we're talking about it, she mentioned that she got rid of some man. She got rid of a man with a suit. Essentially, I'm assuming it's some Inquisition been around there looking for Vasil. Probably.
Or looking for any of us.
Could have been the Inquisition, could have been one of our lot, it could have been anyone at this rate. My estimation, it could have been. We got way too many enemies in this city to just simply rely upon one.
Well, at some point, I'm gonna get that body from out of the river that her and her friends put in there of one of these men in suits. And when I say she's one of the reasons why I had her leave, because I knew she would want to fight, and she's a real good fighter. Actually, she's one of the reasons why I think I survived most of the time between her and Nurse Jackie. Before I told her to go. I hated to go hide, and Nurse Jackie has fucked off somewhere. So I'd rather her, not have stabbed up a whole bunch of us, or at least try to anyway. So I'm gonna need help getting that body out of the river at some point. Do a thorough examination. I'll probably find out a lot of things in that process.
I mean, it's entirely possible.
If you need any help, just let me know.
I need an assistant because again, my nurse is gone.
Until you get one, if you'd like to call on me, I can help you with that.
Nurse Catherine. That would be wonderful.
I can't so much help with the medical side of it, but if it turns out that there's something spooky about this particular suit in the river, I might be able to offer some expertise.
If you just want to be there for it, that's fine, yeah.
In that case, we'll figure out when we can go do that.
Indeed.
In the meantime, it is imperative you do understand that Hetty is kept out of sight and safe. She's got...
there's an idea. I'm not sure how well. What if I hired her at my shop? That way we can keep a close eye on her, and I can offer some place for her to stay, so that way she's close and nearby.
Well, actually, I don't like doing this, but I've been considering it. I could Google her. I was thinking about it before, but I'm a chicken shit, so I didn't. And again, I do need help in many ways than one. But that could definitely be a secondary of her working with you.
Either way, she's your friend, so
it keeps her close and it keeps her out of sight. Boone, you do understand as well that we're going to need to have her basically write up more of a report, effectively write up a more written account of what she's experienced in that camp in order to effectively convince the court.
Well, yeah, she's pretty good at that, honestly. Again, well, I was still doing the underground things. I had a nurse that I could show in the light, and I had a nurse that was legally not shown in the light, if that makes sense.
Okay. Fair
And
enough.
Hetty was that night nurse necessarily.
Hmm.
So report should be given to you probably tomorrow.
I appreciate it. Just so long as it's something viable and well detailed as like to give to the court, because we cannot go up against Mr. Findler in any capacity half-cocked.
Understand?
But we also cannot let this information just stew.
So we let them know immediately. Tell them we're working on getting more information. But you want to let them know that it's a possibility.
And also, I will do my best to pull up. I'm gonna get some names from her about the people that went missing, and pull up some medical records to add to that fact.
That does actually remind me, Boone. You collected some blood, didn't you, from the Zlakta that we encountered on that ship, didn't you?
Yeah.
Might potentially be able to do if we can find some semblance of, what's the best way of putting it? You would think that considering that my sire worked in a hospital, you'd think I'd know more about this stuff, but no. We might be able to do if the individuals who were taken away for treatment, if they are in the system in any capacity, we could be able to do DNA testing against the sample that you've collected.
Well, I already did some testing, but I didn't do DNA testing. So I can't rule out though that that blood is, what's the word, alive, if that makes sense.
Makes enough sense. It's active. It's something living.
Zlakta in and of themselves, despite the modifications, are still ghouls.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I have this thing I can do that I don't really like doing because it hurts to do it, but I can. I have the capability to know when I'm in the presence of someone who has a bond to a ghoul or a blood bond in general. If we wanted to go that way of investigating Vasil, and next time we see him or talk to him, I could definitely do that. But those who are smart enough can tell when I do it, if that makes sense.
They're aware of it.
So it's a bit of a gamble.
That is true. So in other words, I would have to have the blood on me and him in presence. Again, a gamble, and I hate being in the same room with him. I would rather lose a toe or 4 or 5. Whole foot could just go. I can grow it back.
Well, we'll just keep that as a option then.
Option. But tomorrow night I'm gonna grab her up, take her for more treatment back at my place, and probably do the ghoul, and then maybe and get a whole bunch of information written up.
As you see fit.
All right.
Actually, one other. There was actually something else as well. Off topic a little bit. Catherine,
Yes.
I've been informed that there is a Rose Garden party happening, and that you have been invited.
At least I'm aware. Thank you.
Also, as well, the invitation has been effectively extended not just across Philadelphia, but has also been extended to your family in the Lehigh Valley.
Lots of swearing. Just was leaving it lots of swearing under her breath.
Real quick, we do have a viewer who has redeemed some channel points to give Oscar a point of superficial willpower back.
Thank you.
Thank
So-
you.
Big shout out to our viewer and a member of our storytelling team, Kendall the Elemental, for that gracious expenditure of channel points to give Oscar back a point of superficial willpower. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
But we are going to take this moment. Are we still just driving around the through the back streets and around blocks nearby? Where is our end goal for tonight? Are we going to go check in on the other part of our coterie, or are we just going to continue driving around trying to have a bit of private conference time and burning gas?
Liam is actually going to turn to the other two and just be like, so your personal opinion, should we continue driving around seeing what we can find based off of a whim? Should we go and talk to Vasile, or should we go back to check up on our fellow coterie mates?
We should let the others know what we found out as soon as we can. And it gives us a chance to see what happened to them as well.
Oh, good, because I'm not. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Depending on how severe it is.
And if I'm being honest, and I feel like maybe we would have talked about him. We should have talked about him more, but maybe we should have had at least one of the more reasonable one of us go with them, rather than have all three of the reasonable ones be in the same vehicle.
Well, the same could have been said about one of them joining us, because I don't exactly have ability to use weapons.
That is also true. We shouldn't have sent the shooty and the shadow strangly one all in the same car. That makes sense.
Well, you say that Oscar can be fairly reasonable when the situation doesn't call for him to be unreasonable. I can't say much about Thomas. I can only go off of what I've seen of him do.
Again, shooty, strangle things.
Meanwhile, poor Liam's like, I'm right here.
But I think we should go check on them for sure. Make sure they're all good.
All right.
And if
Agreed.
there's anything that I need to do to help, like collect blood and check bones.
Yes. And then maybe
Wow.
afterwards a quick bite to eat for me, but that can wait.
Yes, I feel like we could all go for a bite to eat. Probably some of us more than others. But
Group
yes.
dinner.
More complicated than you think, but it's possible. Yeah, we're gonna drive
You guys like
back.
shawarma?
It sounds so good right now.
I have no
Really
idea
does.
what it is. I have no idea what it is, but there's a shawarma joint somewhere along there.
Cannon.
Yeah, we're gonna
You'd
head
be-
back.
You'd actually be surprised how many shawarma joints there are in Philly. You can't spit without hitting at least a cart.
New York, same way.
Totally.
All right, so are we
So-
heading back
They
to the
know
others so we
why.
can?
Liam,
Okay.
you know where to find Oscar's Haven.
Oh yeah.
So you drive over to Oscar's Haven, and the first thing that you would notice is that Seamus is not parked outside.
Oh shit.
And does Catherine notice this as well,
Uh,
or at least notice that Oscar's car's nowhere nearby?
I would say that it's enough that both of you notice that neither one of you see Oscar's car.
Where is Seamus?
I was about to ask you the same, because if they were wherever his home is,
He
they
did
would
say
be.
I called it. Shenanigery.
he did say that he was here, correct?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
and Catherine will show her phone, show the message.
Liam's striding straight up to the door.
Okay. So you open the door, and the three of you walk in. Catherine,
Hmm.
the first thing that hits your nose is the smell of vitae.
She just
You are-
says, "Fuck."
You are not at that point yet, but if you were, ooh, boy, this would be a different kind of night.
Interesting. Yes.
Sitting on the couch in the living room. Now we're going to back things up just a little bit. We're going to shift back over to Thomas and Oscar. You get back to the Haven. What is the first thing you two do?
Lock the damn door.
Well, Liam has a key, so that's not going to be an issue.
Okay, yes. And so does Andres.
So does Andres. But are you going to try and clean yourself up, or are you just free bleeding all over the Haven?
So Oscar, having little to no shame, is gonna go into the kitchen and start stripping off the clothes he's wearing because they are covered in blood. So,
Okay.
that's what he's gonna do, is take off the clothes he is wearing and stick them all in there. Everything short of his shoes, because he doesn't need to worry about his shoes quite so much. But he'll slip those off, and then he's just going to walk around the island of this little apartment thing, holding the trash bag in front of himself to cover his modesty. As
It's
bare
Liam's
as
Haven.
it's his own house. At this point, this is the courtesy that he's getting, and is just gonna go, I'm gonna set this down here, and I'm gonna take a shower.
Yeah, take a shower.
So,
Okay.
Liam, Catherine,
Mhm.
Boone,
Oh no.
you enter the apartment to see Thomas sitting in the living room. Thomas, how are you looking right now? Are you looking a little shell-shocked? Are you everything's fine?
Yeah. Thomas is just like, okay,
This is just
understandable.
another night in Philadelphia. We
He's just
got
like,
shot at. Oscar's bleeding. It's just, for you, this is the most eventful night of your own life. For me, this is a Tuesday.
Doesn't care.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Granted,
you
when
all
the door
see
opens, though, Thomas will have his gun in his hand.
a very nonplussed but very armed Thomas Liam, you were the first one through the door because you have the key. You unlocked it. You opened it up. And Thomas is just sitting there, gun in hand, like looking very nonchalant, but very armed and very pointing it at you.
It's me. In fact, it's us,
Prove it.
actually.
Prove it.
You're an ass.
I mean, yeah.
We love to see art imitating life.
And by count, I can tell you still have all of your bones where I left them.
I need you to stop saying odd shit like you can smell a psycho's fear or you're in somebody's faded memory of a town.
What Boone and Thomas get up to is none of our business.
Hey there, ST. Does
Yes.
Boone smell Oscar?
I mean, you've been leaving Vitae all over the apartment while you're stripping off and going into the shower, and now I'm assuming that you're taking a nice hot shower. So the smell of Vitae is just curling through the apartment.
Okay.
I think the pertinent question is, what the fuck
happened?
Because bear shit does not cover the smell of blood I'm smelling.
Well, we weren't hurt. I'm not sure what his deal is. We weren't hit. We were ambushed. Those what do you call them? Hunter types managed to catch us.
Mm.
Was it just one? Multiple?
Just one that I know of. Managed to hit him.
Thomas, are you going to give a description of this individual?
Yes. Thomas is going to
Okay.
describe the guy that they saw and talk to.
In your coterie chat, I have posted a picture of the individual that Thomas and Oscar ran into this evening.
and it
You either get busy living or you get busy dying. I would very much like it if you got busy dying.
I was about to say, did he got shot at by God?
I mean, he does have true faith, it seems.
No, I'm more talking about the face clan character, but still.
Yeah, no, I'm again.
He's got something.
He's got a voice. He's got a voice so silky he can make the Yellow Pages sound interesting.
That is fair.
But Liam at that point is gonna pull out his phone, but before he does anything, he just looks to Thomas and he just goes, "Where's Oscar? What happened to Oscar? And where's his car?"
Got a flat tire. Called tow truck. Talk to the guy. Kind of a lot of small talk guy. He walks off. We get shot at. We're not hit. Oscar did, his thing
Mm-hmm.
with the thing, and
I know the thing.
the guy broke free. I managed to hit him, and the guy took off, I guess.
What do you mean he
Oscar,
broke? Great.
I don't know. He got loose of the tentacle.
Right.
And then during that time, Oscar just started bleeding all over the place, and now we got everybody looking at us.
So my next question is, does the Inquisition have hunters? Like,
I thought they were the same thing.
Where Second Inquisition is very much more. There's
Think of it
hunter.
like this. The Second Inquisition is the government. It is made up of government organizations the world over. Hunters are more like street level vigilantes.
yeah.
Think of it more along the line. Think of it more along the lines of hunters being similar to hillbillies and rednecks with shotguns and buckshot.
Okay.
Second Inquisition's more akin to, well, not more akin to, it is effectively the government. FBI, CIA, you name it.
SWAT teams and such, in terms of skill.
And technology that would make the undead blood in your veins curdle.
Oh joy.
They have resources. They have backing. And Liam at this point is going to phone... Liam's going to phone Rowan.
Okay. Are you calling the Meals on Wheels coterie number, or are you calling the cleaner number?
Go for Meals on Wheels.
Okay. So Rowan will answer. Mortuary services, how can I help you?
Hi, it's me. Again.
This is becoming a habit.
I know. I hate it. So, where to begin? Exterminator problem is starting to get a little bit worse. We just had an incident.
Your counterparts over at Powell House had the same problem.
Oh, you're joking.
Nope, not joking.
Fortunately, no one got injured. Just letting you know so that you're aware of the situation. Do you know anyone that could potentially? Actually, no. Don't worry about it. I'll let you know of any updates. I'm just letting you know, just so you're aware. We're gonna look into this and see what we can find out, and then report back.
Oh, okie dokie.
Rowan, I'm talking to you because there's not many other people to talk to.
Y'all have a supervisor.
I mean,
Ew.
Food.
Ew.
oh, actually, that does actually remind me of something. Could you do me a small favor? Usual prices.
Oh,
Go package. Package.
yeah. We can make that happen. Tell you what, this one's on me tonight.
I appreciate that.
And
Also, as for our supervisor, still getting used to that.
well, you might want to get used to it fast.
You're not wrong.
Where do I need to meet?
And then he'll give the address, and with the cautionary warning of, like, you know, SI in the area without breaking the masquerade.
Oh yeah,
Do you think you could like just one second? Who here needs food? And he looks at Catherine.
And she just raises her hand.
Not in desperate need of it.
Boone?
But I think
I'm all right.
Oscar
Thomas.
should probably get something.
Yes, I know.
Wait, is it free?
Does that make a difference?
Yes.
Then yes, it is.
I'll take one.
I suppose I'll take one too.
Full group order. I'll be all right though.
Full group order?
Yeah, it's
Mine's
looking
too
pretty
much
bad.
trouble. Don't worry about it.
Also,
Thomas has just said if it's too much trouble, don't worry about it.
Okie dokie. And he'll hang up. And he will just hang up the phone. And sometime later, he will arrive with food for everyone. I'm going to let you take this moment to kind of kibitz amongst yourselves. But Oscar, no matter how much you are trying to shower and get yourself clean, that blood just pours out of you.
Okay. He's kind of just at this point sitting with he's probably got like a change of like pants and a t-shirt that are sitting like on top of the toilet, and he's got his phone there. He's gonna reach his arm out, kind of dry his hand on the towel before he touches the phone, so the water doesn't judge the screen up too terrible much. It's gonna message to, like, I don't know if we need an actual message or not, but if I need to,
Who are
I
you
can type it
messaging?
out. Liam, and like, it's gonna say,
You don't need to type
Okay.
this one out.
it's like, help, please, and is going to set his phone on the toilet, and is going to just, like I said, pop a squat, and is just sitting in his shower at this point, just actively kind of bleeding everywhere.
So, Liam, you get the message. You hear the shower going in the bathroom. You make your way in and find Oscar in the shower. And he is just pouring blood down the drain.
Do we have the stuff from the Meals on Wheels, or is that yet to arrive yet?
It is in the process of arriving. There is transit time.
Oh, darling.
Oscar just looks up, and he looks pitiful. Because in addition to the fact that, because he managed to at least get the shillelagh home, because that's not something he would have just let go of, but like his car keys are like he's just a fucking mess, and his pupils are completely like almost like I don't know how you would describe it, whether they'd be full like blown out or if they would be pinpricks, depending on how hungry he is.
His pupils would be blown. His sclera would be red.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this man is hungry. Even the smallest little pinprick of blood is going to drive him into a hunger frenzy.
Liam's just gonna walk in, and he's just gonna like crowd. He's just gonna like, is Oscar sitting down or standing up?
He's sitting down, sort of in the shower, letting the water kind of just pour over him.
Yeah, Liam is just gonna kind of like sit down opposite him, cross-legged, and just be like, "Don't worry, I've got foods on the way."
While you two are having your lover's moment in the bathroom, you're going to move back out to the living room to Dr. Boone, Catherine, and Thomas. Seems like Thomas has had an eventful night. But is there any pertinent information that we are going to swap back and forth? Is there any further planning that you three would like to do while Liam is tending to Oscar?
Catherine will let him know about who they saw, the home Hattie.
Hetty.
Okay, I about said Hattie. Hetty, and what she said to them, and that she's going to help out Boone, letting Boone fill in wherever she's missed.
Okay.
And I gave him my coat. We got the setup for the night. Am I missing anything, Boone?
Potentially going to Google them tomorrow, so keep them close. And personally, because I need help. And then the goal is to find more info, as much as we can, very similar to that. So I'm also going to have her write out the names of the individuals that Vasil was, taken to do his Zemitsi shit potentially, and see if I can match the Schlachter blood to the blood that we have on file at the hospital, because I definitely have treated most of those individuals at the hospital. So we'll see.
All right.
So,
But yeah,
But
some time goes by while y'all are kind of going over this plan, and there is a knock at the door.
I just thought about did anyone tell Boone about our new shadow at all?
that would have been in the report from Demon. Or
Okay.
Liam.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
You would be aware that you have a new shadow, and that new shadow is in fact Laurent.
I think he glossed over it. I don't think because he didn't like it. 100%. What would have? He would have been like, nope. Anyway,
Well, if you guys do get your official status back as a coterie, he is going to be your shadow and sponsor.
Legit, just saw the name Laurent and just went nope.
No.
I don't need information off this page. Tear out. Go.
But Thomas, did you say you were going to go answer the door?
Thomas is going to answer the door. He's going to keep his gun down to the side, out of the way, but ready if need be.
Oh, technical difficulties.
He's holding.
Your call is important to us.
I swear. Well, it's because I'm not using the mic on the headset, so it's just like, oh, you haven't been doing anything, so I'm going to go to sleep.
Oh.
Hmm.
It
just
only
like
does it.
me.
It only does it when I'm streaming. It doesn't do it on the Discord server. It doesn't do it anywhere else. Only when I am streaming. It's infuriating. But so Thomas, you answer the door. Standing there, dressed rather plainly, is Rowan, and he has in his hands what appears to be a large, like, party cooler. Brought snackies.
That would be great. I think we got a problem on our hands.
How bad? And he slides in and kind of motions for you to close the door behind him, walks over to the island, sets up the cooler, opens it up, pulls one bag out, tosses it to you. I happen to notice you have a sensitive tummy,
Type.
so
Yeah.
that should be good for you.
Appreciate it. Oscar is in a bad way. He's not hurt, but he's bleeding, and I don't know what that means, man.
Oh shit. Rowan might.
Another one. And he grabs up 4 big blood bags. Where is he?
Bathroom.
All right. And he toddles into the bathroom, sees the scene, kind of shakes his head. He sets the blood bags on the counter. You can or I can, but somebody's going to need to hold him down and feed him a little bit. He might get he might get frisky.
Question for you, Rowan. However, one before we do anything, are those blood bags, the blood in them, are they clean?
Clean as a whistle.
Good. Might probably be better off if it's either you or me, or could get Thomas up here to help. He's a lot stronger than I am. Hell, you're probably a lot stronger than I am.
Well, I have been working out.
Oscar just sighs heavy and unnecessarily as he's just sitting there, realizing that if he frenzies, he's gonna frenzy naked. It's just hilarious.
Yep.
Oh, God.
So, who's going to hold him down and who's going to feed him?
This is so bad.
It should be Thomas hold him down and Liam feed him, but
Liam just looks at Rowan and just kind of goes like, feeling strong, or would you prefer to defer this to Thomas downstairs? Because there is no way I'm holding him down. There's no way I'm holding anyone down.
I don't really care who, although they're gonna have to be real comfy with this. It's just staring at me. At this point, I need to eat, and I need to quit bleeding everywhere because we have to find that old fuck, and we have to find my fucking car.
Right, Rowan, you hold
Exactly.
him down. Rowan, you feed him. Rowan, you hold him down. I'll feed him.
Okie dokie. And Rowan will reach into his sweater and he will pull out what looks like a very wicked looking steak. And he will crouch down in front of Oscar and place the tip against his chest and go, okay, buddy, I'm going to need you to stay real still, or I'm going to have to put you down for a nap.
If this were any other moment, Rowan, I would think you're funny.
So,
okay.
Go ahead and give me a hunger frenzy roll for that first bag.
It's fine. It's cool. Where is that? Am I in the right?
It is your remaining willpower and 1/3 of your humanity rounded down.
Which I believe he's back at full because he spent 2. He's back at 4.
He spent 2, so he's at 4.
Okay.
You did get the 1 back from Kendall.
Yes.
So you are at 4, not 3.
Okay. And it's his humanity, which is 2, so it's 6, right?
Yeah, if you're at humanity 6, it's going to be 2 humanity that you add, so you're going to be rolling 6 die.
Okay, cool. We'll see how well this goes.
Three
I love
is
this.
3 is just enough. You are able to hold that beast at bay, especially given that Rowan's got that big stake pressed up against you.
Got a
There
happy
is
stick.
he's got the go night night stick.
Bedtime
Bonk.
stick.
Go sleep, go sleep, go sleep.
It is for
Kindred
all
behave stick.
intents and purposes, it is the Oscar behave stick.
Someone quote that.
Okay. Well, that's good. He's not actively bleeding anymore, right? Right.
You are able to drink that blood bag. It takes you down to hunger 3. You are no longer actively bleeding, but boy, are you still hungry.
Yeah. He will down that first bag, like that first Capri Sun you come in after swimming in the pool all day. That first Capri Sun when you get back inside, it's just gone.
Ooh, Capri Sun. Ooh, fancy pants Rich McGee over here.
Hey, I also had hug barrels. Okay,
Yes.
We had the canned juicy juice.
Oh, I've had the boxes of the
Mhm.
juice boxes.
Yes.
But anyway,
Yes.
so while you're eating your food, we are going to move back out again into the living room because there are blood bags enough for everybody to get back down to hunger 1. Those of us who are already at hunger 1 obviously don't need it, but there is enough there for everybody.
Okay.
You thankfully don't hear any kind of commotion coming from the bathroom. And after a few minutes, Rowan comes toddling out, tucking a rather wicked looking steak back into his sweater. Like, all right, well, that should be taken care of. And like I said, my treat tonight. You guys, well, you don't look as bad as he did, but y'all look like you've been having a night. Anything I can help out with?
I mean, the guy we ran into,
Guy?
hunter guy.
Oh, the guy. You have a face? What am I saying?
Yeah.
Guys have faces.
So Thomas is going to describe it to him. I did manage to hit him in the shoulder, I think. I don't know. There's something weird about him. He managed to get away from the tentacles.
Part of the reason Dad doesn't like relying on gifts of the blood is that some people can overcome them. But I'm glad you guys are okay. Hope you weren't followed. But I'm gonna hang out until you guys are all cleaned up. There was something that Dad wanted me to take care of for you guys while he was off on his hunting trip. And he just goes and sits in one of the chairs in the Haven.
Can it be Andres' chair just because it's funny?
Sure, why not?
To me. I don't know about anybody else, but it'll be funny to me.
Sure, why not?
Yay. love the old man to come and see the entire coterie plus the prince's kid in his living room.
Provided he comes back tonight.
That's fair too.
Oscar and Thomas can bond over missing dads and old
This
cars.
implies that missing dads and hopefully getting his fucking car. No, Oscar will take a few minutes to sort of gather his thoughts, rinse the final dregs of the blood off his person, and then slip back into some basic like black jeans, black t-shirt, very much a particular aesthetic, and he sort of pads his way out of the bathroom and then just leaves a heavy sigh and then looks over to Rowan and says, thank you for that.
Are you all right, Oscar?
No, but I am as okay as I can be right now. I kind of have to keep a cool head because if I lose my shit, stuff tends to break, and I really can't afford that right now. Plus, Andres would be pissed if I wrecked the apartment.
Fair enough.
So, we have more on the bullshit sandwich, another layer to deal with.
Yes. Isn't it great?
Do we want to divert our attention from the other two things to deal with that problem? Or do we just say, fuck him, we'll deal with him when we can?
He saw our faces.
So we doing that immediately. Cool. All right.
You're muted, I know.
If it helps, the Ancilla are working on that as we speak.
That's good. I'm just worried that he shot my car full of holes, and it's 3 blocks in that direction. We'll point in the direction where the car is. The tow
It is about that time that your phone rings.
Oh,
It's the tow truck driver. I don't know what kind of games you're trying to play, but we don't tow burned out husks. You're better off calling a scrapper.
okay. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
If I transfer you the right amount of cash, can you tow that car to a specific location for me?
I'd need to get a flatbed out here to get it out, but it's going to cost you
How much?
$1,500.
Will that make a dent in his 4 dots of resources? Says, consider it done. I'll even tack on a nice bit for you. Just, and quick question, out of character, would he know where to go and get it restored? He knows it's going to take a time to really even remotely get close to restoring this thing, but he is gonna.
You know that there is an automotive repair and customization shop that is owned by one of the Ancilla.
Yeah.
So it would be possible to get it taken over there, but it's going to take time to get it fixed.
That's fine. What he is going to do, if he tacks on an extra, say, $500 to that, is that going to put a dent in his resources?
No.
Cool. he's gonna send over a payment for $2,000 to the tow truck driver to make sure he tows it to this specific location, pulls it around back wherever he needs to. Because I don't know, I will probably need to message the person who it pertains to, at the very least, saying, hey, this is here, so he's not like surprised by what the heck this is. And then that's what he's gonna do, and we'll go through all of that. Does that sound good to you?
Oh, that'll work just fine. I'll get this taken over to the address that you specified.
Thank you kindly.
And with that, he'll hang up.
Yeah.
Now, we are nearing up on the end of our night. So as things start to wind down, Rowan looks at all of you and says, one last thing. You guys want to follow me? I've got the result of that boon that you asked for.
Oh,
Oh,
group house. Group house.
Yeah. We'll follow you.
Yeah.
He will take you through the city, and it is not anything magnificent. But standing on the corner of South 6th Street and Christian Street is a 3-story duplex. And he'll hand you guys the keys. Dad said this is yours to do with as you please. He said that the favor has been taken care of, and well, he had to pull a few strings, but it's light, tight, and a little fortified. I would suggest if you're going to stay here, stay in the basement during the day.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But it should serve you. And with that, he's going to turn on a heel, trot over to his van, and drive off into the night. So
Thomas is going to look at Oscar. What happened to the car?
They set it on fucking fire.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I wish I was. I'm not. Okay. More in point of fact, I need to go. If you all want to settle in this place, that's fine. I need to go back to my bar. I want to hole up in there, and I'm gonna take a minute because this is told me it was a burned out fucking husk. But I know someone who restores cars like this.
I know. He's good.
I've had that car since the 70s. And
oh no.
it's fine. It's totally fine. Just something else to add. And just Oscar is just gonna is gonna give a nod to the group, says, at least we got this now. Got my place. We've got a few options for meeting places, and now just need to figure out how we're going to utilize the gift that was given us, yeah?
Yes.
Stay safe.
Mhm.
Don't get yourself killed. And don't trust anyone.
So, Oscar, how is it that you're getting over to your bar? Is Liam going to take you? Are you catching the Shoe Leather Express? Are you going to chance public transit?
Liam will offer.
he'll take Liam up on his offer.
Okay. So the two of you are headed over to Oscar's bar.
Mhm.
Thomas, what are your plans for the remainder of the evening? Are you going back to your haven? Are you going to check out the new Coterie haven?
Probably his car is at the bar.
Well, you would have. Oh, that's right. Your car is at
Yeah.
the bar
Mhm.
Or is it the
because you left
bar?
it over there.
So everyone can just
So-
kind of ride over there.
Potato Express.
The Potato Express over to the bar.
Potato.
So we're going to disperse from the bar then. Thomas, now that you're back at your car, are you going back to your haven? Are you going to the Coterie haven? Where would you like to spend the rest of your night?
Thomas would probably go back to his haven. He's going to offer Catherine a ride back to her place, though.
She'll accept.
Dr. Ripley, are you going to catch a ride back to the hospital? Are you going to go to the Coterie haven? Are you going to just stand creepily in the corner at Oscar's bar?
Look,
It'd be
It's a specific
funny.
choice.
It'd be funny.
he's going back to his haven.
207 bones.
He's gonna go back to his haven. He needs to prepare for Hetty to start living with him again.
Okay. So with that, as the coterie separates, I'm going to go around the table and we're going to get some parting shots from each of our characters, and then we're going to do our usual wrap up for this session. So, Thomas, as you get back to your haven, you for a brief moment you feel the warmth of a hand on your shoulder. You hear no words, but you feel that almost paternal hand on your shoulder. What's going through Thomas's mind as he hunkers down and prepares for day sleep?
Thomas is quite thankful for what he is feeling as the divine presence of Mithras protecting him this evening. And he is once again going to give thanks at his altar. And he's going to feel pretty good about himself about that.
Giving praise. I will leave you with one final thing. That warmth that you felt has now concentrated just above your heart. And when you look, there is a glowing sigil on your chest.
He'll go with his oblivion mark.
Oh, absolutely. I will get that symbol for you afterwards. It might take me a little bit, but I'll get it for you.
Okay.
Oscar,
I-
what are the last few things that Oscar is feeling tonight?
He's pissed, he's angry, and he is using that as a shield to hide the fact that he is afraid, because that was the first time since he was 19 years old, all of those years ago, that he really felt fear, because he was in a similar situation like that, and then the car being on fire just added insult to injury. So he's not okay, but he is hiding it behind the anger and all of that.
Okay. Boone, as you're puttering about your haven, getting things prepped up, how are you feeling about tonight?
Well, nothing necessarily went bad, but to hear that someone he cared for a whole lot was being harmed definitely pissed him off a whole lot, and that he knew Vasil was on some bullshit, even though everybody said that he needed to calm down about it, but he didn't calm down about it. So fuck everybody who told him not to calm down about it. I mean, to calm down about it. But he is just kind of going over everything, and he is just mulling over stuff. And for the first time in months, he is actually cleaning thoroughly and medically. And also realizing that he did break his desk at some point. So he's probably going to have to get another one, which he has a decent amount of money. Shouldn't be an issue.
Well, that you can probably have one pulled out of storage.
Or that. Yeah. Especially since his haven is right next to the fucking hospital storage. Shouldn't be an issue. But other than that, he's just kind of mulling over everything and making sure he has written down what the Leopold symbol looks like and also probably at some point in time we'll check the hospital for those symbols on his rounds tomorrow before he go and get Hetty and bring her in.
Okay. That brings us to Catherine. Miss Diadamo, parting shots for the evening.
Catherine, once she gets upstairs, she's going to start rearranging through her journals and such. She's also going to see about putting in orders to start not only being able to stitch up anyone that comes by the shop, but also to start making tinctures and such again for health reasons to help people out that way, herbal medicines. Because before it was a flower shop, it was an apothecary.
Yep.
So she's going to be getting all the stuff out to take care of that.
Liam, parting shots for the evening.
Liam is feeling a myriad of different emotions. For the concern and worry for Oscar in particular, as well as concern for the rest of the group. Just because this is beyond a problem. Like the fact that the SI are now getting so much more brazen, that's an issue. On the other hand, however, he's also feeling pretty accomplished in his pursuit for knowledge in this whole regard, because he went to go and get answers, and he feels like as if he has got some answers. And as he settles down for the evening, he starts writing out reports on behalf of the coterie.
Okay. That is going to bring an official end to our session here at Philly by Night. We're going to take a quick moment to go around the table, introduce our cast, and then we will disperse from there for the rest of our evenings. So we're going to start through chat order. Thomas, who are you? Where can we find you?
My name's Kit. I play Thomas Pierce. You can find me on TikTok while it's still around. Blue Sky, occasionally post random things. And maybe eventually other apps that pop up. Kitsune Charms.
Okay. That brings us to Oscar.
Hey, hello. I am Wolfgar. I played Oscar Sullivan tonight. You can find me at Reaper Wolfgar on most places. Blue Sky, Lemonade, all that other stuff, maybe future other things. And yeah, had a great time tonight.
Onward and upward to Dr. Boone Ripley.
Hey, yo. I am Tuck. I guess you can find me everywhere, especially on the TikToks and the Twitches as Tuck, I guess. Yeah.
Moving along to Catherine Diadamo.
Hi, I'm Phoenix. I play Catherine Diadamo tonight. And you can find me on TikTok as long as it's around, and Blue Sky as well. And this is going to be interesting.
Lastly, but not leastly, Mr. Moriarty, who are you and where can we find you?
Hello, everyone. I am the Wandering Demon, and I play the Silver-tongued Zemitzi of the Neonate Coterie, Liam Moriarty. And you can find me on TikTok under the Wandering Demon.
And I, as always, am your ever faithful storyteller, Einar. You can find me where the skies are blue at instarsorbit.bsky.social, or you can find me on the TikTokies while that is still around at Einar_TTRPG. Thank you all so much for coming out and checking out yet another session of Philly by Night. Have a wonderful night, and remember, just because we play monsters doesn't mean we can't be the light in somebody's world. Have a great night.